Hey guys, I know there's not very many people in here yet. Hopefully people will start filtering in here momentarily. Uh, if anybody is in here, say, oh, hey, Brother Brian, yay, first one in. Please tell me that you can see and hear everything. Oh God, my camera is acting a fool. Hold on. Wayne, are you off the internet?
I told you I'm not on it.
Okay, sorry. My husband's not on the internet, so I don't know what is going on with my camera, but hopefully is the sound okay at all? Anybody hear me? I have my camera. My phone. Hey, Deborah, how are you doing? Glad to see you here. Um, I'm gonna wait for a few more people to kind of filter in if they're gonna filter in and see how everything is going. Um, I am actually reverse diamond painting, I guess you could say, is that my sparklers finally came in. Hey, Diamond Queen 2020. Hey, Jill. How you guys doing? I'm so glad that y'all made it in. Sue. Hey, my Sue girl. Hey, Cynthia. How are you? Glad to see you in here. Um, as I was saying, I'm reverse diamond painting. Hey, Melissa B. Hey, Dawn. How you doing? Gail and Marilyn. So good to see you guys. Have any of y'all ever ordered sorry. See, look, I'm going to go pinging everybody. Hey, Danielle, Anita, and Bonnie. Hi, Jerry. How are you doing? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you guys came to visit. Patty, how you doing, Patty girl? Look, Patty, I got the nails on. Look at my sweet tooth nails. Patty is doing sweet tooth as the canvas also, along with Kara and I, as far as she's working on the same one. And girl, I am loving it. Oh, hi, Ginger. How are you doing? Hi, Laura. So good to see you in here. I'm glad to see people filtering in. I'm going to give y'all a few more seconds before I kind of tell you why I'm doing what I'm doing. How you doing? Kara, there's my bestie girl. You go, girl. Hey, Robert. I am doing okay tonight. Thank you. I will definitely be telling y'all about some of the craziness that is going on in my world currently. Um, but nothing that we can't fix, we can't overcome. Well, if I could stop pinging drills at myself. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Patty. I'm trying to rock the nails. This was my second time on nails, and hopefully I'll get even better. So, how's everybody else doing tonight? Everybody having a fun night, at least, having a chance to craft and chat with friends. Hey, Amanda, how you doing, girl? Yeah, Kara showed me all the bubble wrap she had. She going I have a feeling that if we do any kind of hunting for anything, girl, she gonna bubble wrap you. We're gonna tackle you down, we're gonna bubble wrap you, and then we're gonna send you out there. Only because we want to keep you safe. We want to keep you safe. Thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate it. Hey, Sharon, how you do? Yeah, Amanda, you can't send me a sticker because I have not gotten to 1,000 subs yet. Um, one day, maybe if it's supposed to be in my future, I'll make it to 1,000 subs. But I'm perfectly happy. Just the fact that there are people that enjoy watching my videos and support me, and that's all that matters. Hey, Rivka, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's gone. You're feeling better after that surgery. I know how tough that can be. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, while we have people are still kind of filtering in, Amanda, that needs fixed very soon. Well, Kara honestly believes. See, she even said it. She's like, Brandy, you gonna be up there too. Like, I'm not one of those people that are like, oh my gosh, I just have to get there. I would like to, simply because I'd like to be able to give back more to the community. But if I don't make it, I don't make it. I'm not gonna, I'm here to have fun and to enjoy spending time with you guys and having some pretty cool friendships and stuff. And so to me, that means more to me than I could possibly say. Hey Harriet, how are you doing? Thank you, Patty. Okay, so for those that are kind of wondering what I'm doing, I am reverse diamond painting because I am so excited. Hold on, let me get these off here before I make a huge mess. My sparklers order. I had ordered sparklers from Tmall for this collaboration, for this painting, like in early November, because I was like, I knew that I wanted to bling her up. And so I ordered like $70 worth of sparklers. And November 21st, they stopped moving and nothing was coming. I couldn't find anything. I had to put in a request. I contacted Tmall and she was trying to look in it on her end, but they finally got here. So I'm so excited. So what I'm having to do now is, since they're here and I've done 3 sections on this, I am having to go through and take out drills so that I can put down my replacements, because this is only my second, I don't even know why I say this is only my second painting that I have blinged up, but generally with the 2 that I have blinged up, I go through and I like to try to completely replace certain colors, unless it's an area that I'm just like, I want to try, so I'm kind of trying these colors, and with them being sparklers, they don't have the same DMC code. So yeah, it's a little bit of a learning process. Like, for instance, I just took out $9.92, right? You can't even see. Oh my goodness. Camera. Yeah, see, I had $9.92. And so I'm replacing that with this sparkler called Violet Dream. Ooh, Violet Dream. And I really hope that it's going to give the effect that I want. So that's what I'm doing. Hi, Tracy. How are you doing? Good to see you in here. Wait, who's Mindy? Did Mindy sneak in when I did that? Mindy, you snooky girl. Hey, Mindy girl, how are you doing? You snuck in on me. What's a spot sparkler? Yeah. So Mindy, does that mean like you kind of just scatter them throughout? Okay. Y'all, I am such a huge fan of being able to see lots of sparkle, that I probably put more sparkles in a canvas than other people would, but you know what? It's for me, so I'm okay with it. Like Lumina, ooh, y'all, she sparkled like there was nobody's business, and I'm planning on Sweet Tooth, if I can ever get this open, to sparkle too. Okay, Brian, well, you work and lurk. You go. Yep. Kara is a spot sparkler too, but her canvases always turn out gorgeous. And, I keep thinking maybe I should spot sparkle too. And then I get into really looking at them, and then I'm just like, no, I want them everywhere. I want them everywhere. And so I just kind of go for it. I have, like, if you don't think I'm kidding, I have like a little list right here. It tells me what DMCs and what the symbol is and what the sparkler that I am changing out is. So that way I can sparkler up. So right now, if you watched my redraw video, you might have, or maybe I did it on my whipping chat. I may have done it on my whipping chat. I can't even remember. I did 2 videos in one day, which was more than I've ever done in a while, let me tell you. And so, hold on one second. I'm trying to. Hey, Mindy, do me a favor. Type something. Type something, Mindy. Where's Sue? Where's Sue? Where's Sue? Sue, type something. Type something. But we had a small little hiccup because, as a teacher, we have where we have to, we have Christmas break, right? And so we have to have this last week. Well, so I was supposed to be at work today. I was not at work, and I will not be at work until we come back from. You're so funny, something. But I'll be back, hopefully, fingers crossed, when we come back for the new year. My husband tested positive for COVID. And so that means that I have to be on quarantine. Now, I did go get a rapid test, and the rapid test showed negative. But I just found out tonight, actually, that the other two people, my kids, that were living in the house, like right now, they're out of the house for right now, but they had been staying here with us, and they have just gotten their test results, and they have tested positive. So I'm kind of like, in this little island with all of these little positive cases surrounding me. And so I am trying very hard to not get it. I probably will. Sue was telling me, I probably need to go and take another test with so many people popping up in the house as positive, because both me and my son took a rapid test, and the rapid test came back as negative. And I'm not showing any symptoms. So, now we have out of the household, because my son hasn't really been staying here. He likes to stay with his grandparents and all next door. And so, that one's kind of not a surprise that he tested negative. But I mean, I'm here and I'm around everybody. So I'm not exactly sure. And so, for safety's sake, just to make sure that the rapid test was accurate, I will go tomorrow and take one of the 3 to 5 day tests and just, get double confirmation. So I'm going to go back up in the chat real quick, and then I'll kind of tell you all the rest of it. Yeah, Sharon, it's not exactly what we wanted to hear, obviously. Thank you, Patty. I really appreciate it. Yeah, Mindy, I forgot to tell you, we got 2 more today. Just found it out not too far. Hey, Melly, how are you doing? Hey, Bonnie. I really appreciate that, guys. Let me see. Yeah, that was something my mother-in-law said, that maybe the reason that I tested negative is that maybe because I had gotten sick earlier in the year. And is it possible that I could have possibly already had it? There is that possibility. I'm not going to rule that out. There is there is a possibility that I did already have, and just thought it was a really bad head cold or something else. I mean, I know I was sick earlier, and it was not fun. Let's see. Okay, so Diamond Queen 2020, you said the rapid test is not accurate enough. Okay. Well, I think that's why I'm going to go take the 3 to 5. And I really hope that I can, from that one, if I get a negative from that as well, then I know I should be good. Mindy, I'm not real sure if I can get the antibodies test. I can check. Let me see. Okay, so I think I've gotten caught up on the chat. I think the only fear that I have is, what's really worried me about my husband getting it is, he is immunocompromised, and, I want to, you always want to keep your loved ones safe and healthy and whatnot. And so, But I told him, I said, if I didn't let cancer take you, I'm not letting COVID take you. So, we gonna get it, and you're gonna get through it, and that's all there is to it. But I try to look at the positive on as many things as I can. And I will tell you that one positive I'm taking from this is that, well, I wanted a little extra time to be able to diamond paint and craft. So, hey, look at me. I'm under quarantine. I can't go anywhere. So I can't go to work. So I got a whole nother week. And since I have to be quarantined into my craft room, what else is there to do in my craft room but to craft? So, right, I'm excited for that. Oh, thank you, Melly. I hope so too. Okay, yeah. So he had Bonnie yours had taken the antibodies test, and he had already had it. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I got fingers crossed and toes crossed that the second one I'll go in the morning and see if you donate blood through the blood center, they'll do a free antibody test. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know, Kara. I'm sorry. Yeah, I get to kind of pretend that I'm on early vacation, right? Because I don't even have any of the kiddos staying here at the house. My son is staying over at his grandmother's house, and my daughter and her boyfriend are staying over at his mom's house in a camper outside. So it's just me and Wayne. Wayne's on one end of the house and I'm on the other end of the house. And if I have to go into that end of the house, I put on my mask. I've got my gloves. Wash my hands a lot. We do all that. But the funny thing is that I was actually kind of looking forward to this week at school because to make it fun, our teachers had come up with a holiday dress thing. Every day was like a new thing. I think like today was supposed to be slippers or holiday socks. Like, hello, you're given permission to wear slippers to school. Like, how cool is that? Granted, I got to wear my slippers today because I was at home, but I was going to get to wear my slippers at school. And okay, I'll tell you, teaching high school, if you give kids an opportunity to dress up, I don't even, oh gosh, there was no telling what kind of slippers and socks and footwear came into that school today, with all the kids coming in with their slippers. And then I know we've got like a ugly sweater day, a Christmas color day. What were some of the wear a funky or a Christmas hat? Uh-oh. Did I just make a boo-boo? Hold on. Uh-oh. Did I just make a boo-boo? I'm so sorry. Hold on. I'm trying to make sure I did not just pour the wrong thing in the wrong. I did. Y'all. Oh my God. Okay. If it wasn't bad enough that I was trying to replace, I just went and poured the wrong sparklers in the wrong bag. So, you know what? I'm going to do that later when I'm not on my live. And I will have to separate the two types of sparklers. Oh, wow. I think maybe I have to be the first person in history to ever do that stupidity. Oh my gosh. Please tell me that someone else out there has accidentally poured the wrong color in the wrong bag and mixed them up and they were kind of similar colors. Please tell me I'm not alone. Let me see. Yeah, Bonnie, so y'all are, I'm just going back in the chat. Bonnie, you're off for a month. Oh, yeah. They're not going to close our schools here. I'll go ahead and tell you that. One of the reasons they're not going to close our schools is because of all the sports, and they're not willing to cancel any of the sporting events that would have to be canceled if they close down the schools. Go kidnap you. Kara, they're gonna kidnap you. I don't know if Mindy's talking to me. Grandma. Let me see. Yep, you had Spirit Week. Good. Yep. See, Kara and them, they're doing PJ pants and holiday headgear. Now, see, they did not give us. Okay, I'll tell you why they don't do pajama day anymore at the high school is however, we were okay with everybody showing up in the onesies, because those are cute, little holiday onesies. We were okay with the pajama tops and bottoms, the long pants and the tops and sweatpants and stuff like that. What we were not okay with is what some people called pajamas were negligees. I would think that was the appropriate. They said, well, this is what I wear, what I wear to bed as pajamas. We have had to say one time, please make sure that you have clothes on and preferably not see-through clothes because some people have said that they go to bed in their underwear. And so that's what they should show up to school in. And high schoolers just kind of take it to a whole new level sometimes. Hi, Rebecca. How are you doing? Oh, so Marilyn, you're not going to your daughter's this week. Oh no, for your birthday. Well, happy birthday. I hope that you have a good one. Today was Silly Hat Day. I used to have Silly Hats Day, Ugly Sweater Day. Okay. Yay. I'm not the only one that's done that. Yay. Because y'all realize that's going to be a real pain going through all of these and trying to find, because they're they've got some similar colors in them. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Mindy. I'm not the only one. Yay. Let's see. Oh, yes, Kara. I remember when you poured your square drills in your rounds. Yeah, we got tweezers, and luckily I'm adept at my tweezers, somewhat, sort of, kind of. So Kara, you may have to talk me off the ledge because I may be using some colorful words trying to separate those two later on tonight. Ooh, tomorrow is Candy Cane Day. Red and white. Oh, that's cool, Rebecca. But yeah, I'm glad that they don't do pajama day anymore. Like I said, we used to do it for what is it, homecoming? We would have pajama day, but like I said, they've kind of taken it a little extreme and have decided that whatever they wear, they can be naked and they're okay with that. And that's no. that's just no, not a good idea. Thank you, Kara. Thank you, Kara. Yeah, I generally don't. See, look, now okay, I've got more of those. I am generally not one. I tend to be one that there are times that I have cussed, but I generally tend to make up funny words. And I guess that's so that I get so into the habit of it that if I accidentally slip up at school or whatever, they just look at me and go, what's a flim flam? Or what's a zacabradoo? I don't know. It's just whatever comes to my mind at that particular moment is what comes out my mouth. And I'm telling you that saved me a couple of times. Now, what I say in my head is, wow, that's a whole different ball game there. So let me ask you, have any of y'all ever had like where you had certain plans and you were, especially for Christmas, and you had plans and you were going to get something or buy something for someone, and then you didn't share with anybody else, right? You didn't share with anybody else that's what you were going to get. And then someone else opens, or the person that you bought it for, you go someplace and they open their presents up early, and the person gave them the same thing that you're going to give them the next day. Has anything like that ever happened to any of y'all? Because yeah, We've had that. Hi, Dawn. How you doing? Mindy, I won't see. I won't see you in pajamas at the retreat. Well, that's okay. As long as you feel comfortable, you go for it, girl. Hold on, wait. Your meal says Sugarfoot. Oh, yep, Sugarfoot. I think I've said like um snow bunnies. I've said smackerdoodle. Smackerdoodle tends to be one of my favorites. So yeah. Well, see, Kara, when you do it, see, there's a little difference. They like sit up at attention when you say it. When a teacher says it, it becomes all, oh, we're gonna tell the principal. And I have a principal who he's how do I say this politely? He is a little more brash. He's not as delicate with his words and his thinking. So yeah, sometimes that's a little bit harder to deal with. Hey, T. Malin, how are you doing? Mindy. Yes, fudge muffins. That is one of my favorites. I've been on the phone with Karen. I've said fudge muffins. But you know what? That gives a visual. It says exactly what I needed to say without saying it. So hold on. Marilyn says we got a 2 picnic basket for wedding present. I would have kept them both. One of the people took hers back and traded them in for towels. Okay, so you've been on the receiving end of that. I'll tell you, it's a little unpleasant to be sitting there. You're so excited because, like, I can remember I got something for the kids and I was so super excited about getting it for them. And okay, I don't think I want to do that one. And so then we went to Christmas at my mother-in-law's, and she had gotten them the same thing. And I'm literally sitting there and I'm staring at my husband because he already knew that I had it, and he just shrugged his shoulders because his mom didn't tell him that she got it. And that's when we finally told the kids, okay, listen, if you tell us something, don't go telling the grandparents, because then what happens is we both buy the same thing. And so I tried to set up an Elfster account thing, and I'm trying to decide where I want to put these blueberries. I thought I had a certain color that I was going to choose them from, but now I don't know. Okay, I'm going to set those to the side, and that'll be a think about later kind of thing. But yeah, I've tried to get them to do this Elfster, and the problem with the Elfster is that they won't fill anything out. I've got one child of mine, one out of everybody that I put on Elfster that has put in any wishes. I'm like, I thought y'all wanted something, guys. I would have thought that you would wanted something and not me try to attempt to figure out what you want. Hi, Diamonds on Kirby. How are you doing? Wait, Mindy, 11th grade math. Okay, well, Mindy, you can do that. Yes, you can. You can do that. You can teach 11th grade math. If you can teach elementary math, you can teach high school math, because I hate to tell you, in some instances, it's about the same. They need the help on the fractions and order of operations, same stuff that you would teach to elementary kids. You have that. You would be able to, I think you'd rock it out, girl. Let's see, what else have we got? Rebecca, your daughter wants to be a high school math teacher and specialize in special education. Oh my gosh. Okay, I will go ahead and tell you that I almost went down that road because I don't know how many teachers out there that while they were going through some of their college classes decided to substitute. That was me. I decided to substitute. And so what I wanted to do was that I wanted to, sorry, trying to get this out. I wanted to experience some of the school, and like the atmosphere in a classroom and being in a classroom with kids by myself, because, the thing is when you go and you supervise students, you go supervise the teacher's class. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right off the bat, those kids don't act the same way as they do when they got you alone. When they got you alone, oh, it's a whole new world out there then. It's, they get you and they get you good. And so I wanted to see what it was like on my own with kids. And so I did end up subbing the very first time in a special education class. Now, it was what they call a totally inclusive class. And so that means that they stayed in that class all day. And so the special ed teacher would teach them all the subjects. And they have to stay on a schedule. You've got to be able to keep them in their comfort zone and on a schedule. So everything was written out for me. And the school was, I guess I did a good job, and the kids liked me. That the school kept trying to put me in there every time that I subbed, until I subbed for a math class, and the kids pulled the I don't know how to do this, because usually if you've got a sub that's subbing in a math class, especially in the high school level, junior high school or high school level, you can usually tell the substitute that you don't know. Well, there, that went that one across the room. Sorry. You can tell them, oh, I don't know how to do this. And the sub will be like, oh, well, I don't either. Just, you know what, be quiet and try the best you can. And then they can get out of doing it. And I was like, oh, here, let me show you. Boy, if I could have captured the look on their faces when I did that, because it was like oh, I done messed up. But it turned out good. And from that point on, they started actually wanting me to sub in all math classrooms. In fact, they didn't even want me getting my teaching degree, because they wanted me just to continue to sub. I would have had a job every day, but I wanted to actually be in the classroom. All right, let me go back up into the chat and see if I've missed anything. Ooh, Brian, you got another section done? Good job. Mandy, don't say no, no, no. I'm telling you, you would rock it, girl. Are they used to doing a Christmas list? No. And I think maybe that's the difficult part. Is because I've never had them do a Christmas list before. And so now it's like, can you please tell me what you want? And I'm tired of hearing the words money. I know they want money, but like, I still want to give them something to unwrap, although this year is going to be slightly different, because we'll be having Christmas later than Christmas, since we have to wait till we're off of quarantine. But I wanted something that, you don't get that excited look when you see money. I mean, you do, but not quite the same as getting them something that they really, really wanted. And this is why gift cards were invented. I like that. Yeah, because they can't make. And they always tell me, like, you wouldn't get what I want. I'm like, well, if you put down whatever game that you want, or whatever T-shirt or book or whatever. But I think what happens is they just want the money in their pocket, and they want to go buy and spend. But it's not as fun, You want to see them get excited about something you got them. Let's see. Oh, hey, Abigail. How are you doing? You're going to bed for the night? Well, I'm so glad that you popped in. Thank you so much. Let's see. Rebecca says, when I started in my classroom, they were terrible. I'm not even a teacher. I'm the counselor. I'm also in a self-contained classroom, so I get to focus on their bips and SELGOs. Okay. I will tell you, the only thing that really surprised me is that I found this out with subbing in a self-contained room versus in a regular room, is that there were special notes on behaviors, things to watch out for, triggers that you needed to avoid. And I'm telling you that the teacher that I was subbing for, she was so good at her job. She knew her kids. she knew what her kids needed, and she knew how to make sure that they were as safe and as feeling capable as absolutely possible. So, I mean, I learned so much from her that even though I don't teach self-contained, because here in Florida, we don't really have too much of self-contained anymore. It's more integrated. So I have what they call ESC kids in my classrooms, and because of some of the training that I got when um, I was going through my education and doing my subbing, it made me more aware of how to give those kids the right accommodations and how to help them out. So I'm like really, really appreciative. I had a friend tell them, just don't fight and act like you're working. I have actually watched subs do that. They'll be like, all right, listen here. I know you're not going to do your work. You're supposed to do your work. You're not going to do your work. If you'll just sit down and be quiet, then we're going to be all good. And I'll just give you a good report. The problem is that I don't, you can get them to stay quiet for a short amount of time, but not, I don't know. Today they have a little bit harder time being able to stay quiet, because even if they are on their phones, right, they want to show each other what TikTok video they created or found, or Snapchat and then you got to watch out for them shoving their phones in somebody else's face and taking pictures or taking slide pictures. Yeah, we just, oh my gosh. Oh, and unfortunately, we can't take it out of the schools. Because phones today are like notes of yesteryear, except that notes were harder to hide, I think, than things that they're doing with their phones. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah. It embarrasses you to say you want something. Okay, well, I can understand that, Marilyn. I guess I've just always wanted to. I just always wanted to please them and just make their little eyes light up. Because the thing is that when they're kids and they're little, right? They show so much pure joy. Oh my gosh! I mean, I can't tell you how many times we would be sleeping and it would be probably maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and the kids would come jump on our bed and be like, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's time to see Santa. It's time to see Santa. And I'm sitting there looking at the clock going, no, it's not. No, you need to go back to bed. No, we're not looking at Santa right now. Go back to bed. Don't touch the Santa stuff. Go back to bed. But they were so excited. And when we did get up, which of course they didn't go back to bed. My kids were one of those that, okay, they wouldn't go back to bed. They wouldn't touch the Santa stuff. But what we would do is we would find them sitting in front of the tree staring at it. Now they have stared long and hard. They've looked at everything without touching anything, because you hear my daughter in the background. She's in the room. She said, because you said don't touch it. But Santa in my house, Santa brings unwrapped presents. Everything's out of their packages and on full display. So they would sit in front of the tree, and having 3 kids, right? We would their stuff was separated. You'd have one on this side, one in the middle, and trust me, they were used to their order. Like if Santa put their stuff on the wrong order, it's like, no, that's supposed to be Chris's pile right there, and this is supposed to be, you had to remember the order. But they would sit there and they would look at their pile, and they'd look at what all they got. They'd go over and they'd look at their siblings' pile, because I think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think they were calculating in their brains what exactly they were willing to steal from their siblings to take for their own. Because I could see those little wheels working, because why else would you be interested in what your siblings got if you weren't going to try to see if you could trade or steal? especially when you have two kids that are close in age and like the same stuff. Because I would see those little calculating wheels going in their head, like, ooh, what am I going to get? What am I going to get? What am I going to get? Let me go back into the chat, see what I've missed. Oh, Brian, you sent me a picture on Messenger. All right. Give me 1 second. Let me look at my Messenger. Oh, Brian. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Look at what Brian, look how much he's gotten done on Nutcracker. Look at that. Brian, you are rocking that. I'm telling you, every time I see someone do one of these, it makes me wish all the more that I had gotten it. And I didn't. I didn't get it. Oh my gosh. So Mindy, you subbed all over the place for the first year. Yeah, it trust me, it's an experience. Now, I will tell you, students don't act the same way to a sub as they do to the real teacher. But you can, if you sub at the same place all the time, they get to know you. And so it does become very similar to how they would react if you were really their teacher. Let me see. Rebecca, your entire school is oh, okay. Well, see, that's really good. Oh my gosh, I like that. They they don't have the resources for, so they put them together. Well, that means that they're getting what they need, which is absolutely amazing. Your kids still do that, and the youngest is 12. Yeah. Mine still, okay, I'll have to tell y'all that in just a second. Hold on, let me catch up on the chat, and then I'll tell y'all that, oh my gosh, it is the what they told me this past year was hilarious. Oh, okay, Mindy, so you think that they were doing that to make sure that one of the kids didn't get more than the other kids? Yeah. Now, I know that when we bought them presents, because of the way that we unwrap presents, we go in order. So like everybody gets their pile of presents, right? And so we start off with the youngest, and they open one present, show everybody, then it goes to the next, and and you keep going. Now, trust me, we have found out the hard way that if you accidentally give one of the kids one more present than the others, it becomes why did they get one extra present? Like, what happened? I didn't get that. I didn't get that many. So I didn't really think about it applying to Santa as well. But maybe that is what they were doing. They were like counting how much did they get. So, oh my gosh, I wouldn't have even thought about that. Yeah, yep. See, Cynthia said the same thing. They wanted to make sure their siblings didn't get any more than they did. Okay, so I'm not gonna go buy it. I can stare at it longingly. How about I just vicariously live through Brian, and Brian, you can send me updates on Messenger of how it's going on your Nutcracker, and I can just live vicariously through you. How about that? And then I can drool and say one day, maybe one day I can have her, and just how about that? I'll just live vicariously through you guys. Yep. See, Marilyn's on a no buy. I'm supposed to be on a no buy, except for stuff for the kids. Oh yeah, Kara. Yeah. None of my students have found me yet. Or at least I don't think they have. So yeah. Oh, good. Thank you, Brian. You will. So you got one gift. Okay. Yep. Marilyn, we can drool together. We can be like, I should have gotten that one. But okay. So I found out the mistaken impression that if, once they were older and Santa was, not happening, because they were too old, that I could finally stop as far as like worrying about any extra anythings. And then they came to me and they were like, you are still gonna put stuff under the tree, right? Like, and we're still gonna have, and I'm like, are you kidding me right now? I said, I thought all that was over, and they're like, no, we still want a surprise, and I'm like, well, can't, and maybe I'm wrong. Okay, maybe my thinking's wrong, but can't just opening a present be a surprise? Like, or is there that whole you can pretend that you're a kid again magic, or is there an age that they stop kind of wanting a little bit of that? So, maybe I'm wrong. But they do. They want their stockings with cool little stuff in it, and they want something that when they come in on Christmas Eve that's under the tree that is unwrapped and a surprise, like something that they had no clue that they were going to get. Because my kids have adapted my husband's, how do I put this? My husband has the ability to shake packages, and he can figure out what he has been gifted without ever opening the package. I can't tell you how many times I have had to uh, try to trick his senses by um, like being able to I've disguised his presence, I guess I should say. I have put extra bubble wrap in there. So that's kind of what I'm saving my bubble wrap for. I put extra bubble wrap. I've put different size boxes. I've put I don't know. I've tried padding it. I've tried everything, and sometimes he can still guess. And so my kids have kind of the same thing. Like you'll hand them a present, they have already gone all the way around the tree because they know which presents are theirs because we don't even do name tags. We have each person in our family, not just kid, each person in our family has their own specific wrapping paper. That means every present that is for that person is wrapped in that wrapping paper. Okay, so they know which packages are theirs. And so they go all the way around that tree, shaking and listening and smelling. Yes, I did say smelling. I don't know what they think I'm going to put in the package that's going to smell other than perfumes, but even then they don't really smell until you spray them. But they're checking it out because they want to see if they're right. And I wouldn't be surprised if they were little, sneaky peeky peekies. All right, let me go back and see what's happening in the chat. Hold on. Mindy, vicarious living isn't all it's cracked up to be. That's true. I want it. Oh no, Mindy, you're a third grader and second graders found your channel. Well, I keep hoping that mine won't. But if they do, hey, so long as they're respectful, I'll be okay. Yes, I do. Cynthia, I agree. I like stockings. And I guess it's just because like it's surprising what little bitty things that you can get. Like I don't mean little bitty in cost necessarily, but little bitty things that you can put in the stocking. That just it's that joy of pulling out one thing after another and seeing what all you've got in there. So yeah, I do. I love stockings too. Oh, T. Malin, you told your kids if you believe in Santa, you get gifts from Santa. So they never told you they didn't believe until they left home. Yeah, I tried that too. That didn't work. They were just like, no, can we still do it, please? And they had that little glisten in their eye, right? And you're just like, oh my gosh, I love you so much. I just want to help you. Oh, good. Yes, Robert. So you still get happy on Christmas Day. Awesome. Yes. Let's see. Brian says, I know my mom would tell me, you're older and your sister will have more. I understand that. Yep. We've done that as far as like when Danny was younger, it was cheaper, right, to buy his presents. Cause like I could go get a Matchbox car for like 98 cents. And what the older ones wanted were like technologies and games, and that cost a lot more. So I would try to tell them. So what I would have to do is like I would because I always spent the same amount on each kid, because I also wasn't going to go through that. But in order to keep the presents the same number, I'd have to sometimes package multiple things together, for Danny, since he was younger and his stuff was cheaper, in order to get that same number thing. Hold on, wait. You can't disguise Dr. Sasquatch. What is Dr. What did I miss, Mindy? What is Dr. Sasquatch? Rebecca, parents knew, but it was the rule that if we said Santa wasn't real, then we didn't get. So our presents are still from Santa and still are adults. And used to. Okay, good. So my kids are not the only ones wanting to be able to have that. And I really kind of do still want to give it to them. And okay, I'm not ready for grandkids yet. Okay, not yet. And I hope everybody in this house is here. And I am not ready for grandkids yet. Okay. Because I'm not ready for grandkids yet. They're not ready for kids. But one day, I hope to be able to help spoil the kids on Christmas. I'm like really kind of looking forward to that one day, just a long time from now. It's a long time from now. Let's see. Yes, Mindy is a very cool teacher. Oh my gosh. Yes. I'm I think it's cool that your kids follow you, Kara. That's amazing. Mine, yeah, they're high schoolers. They're like, yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, Rebecca, I like that. You told your kids that as they got older, if they spoil it. Yep, I have done that too. Now, I recruited my older kids. It was one of the things that I did to try to help them to stay in the spirit and bribe them to keep their mouth shut, is that I would be like, how would you like to help me on Christmas Eve? And so it became a tradition. Now, the only problem is that the youngest is like, I don't have any younger siblings to do this for. So I've let him do the stockings of everybody except him, because it's one thing that they don't know for sure. And so, but he hasn't gotten to really help with, a younger sibling or anything because he is the youngest. But yeah, we made it a tradition in our house that, okay, once you don't believe in him anymore, then now you gotta help keep that belief alive for your siblings. Yes, Kara, you are a cool chick. I love you to death, girl. You are always cool. Uh, Dawn, I actually have tried the fragile, and those were the ones that got broke the most. I'm not sure why they wanted to see exactly how fragile that it was. It's kind of like telling them don't do something, so they go do it. Yeah, it was the one and only time that I ever put a fragile on it, and it got broke. And then I was like, "See, I told y'all not to shake it." If you believe, you receive. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, T-Moon, that is so cute. So when they were seniors in high school, they got a picture of Santa and they gave it. See, that would be. Oh my gosh, I would like probably just burst into tears of joy if mine were able to, non-COVID, be able to get us a picture with Santa. Even as adults, I'd be like super happy. Okay, well, Mindy, I'm gonna watch it, girl. I'm gonna watch the end of that from here. I'm gonna watch the whole thing. Yeah. See, Kara and I were talking about. She's like, she's gonna spoil her grandkids. She's giving them drum sets. I have been on the receiving end of getting drum sets, noisy instruments, messy toys, things that would make me go crazy. But you can't say anything because they were given to them by grandma and grandpa, and you gotta supposedly. That was just like the grandparents, because we live right next door to our to their grandparents. So they'd fill them up with chocolate and then send them on their way back over here where we could go crazy with their craziness, their hyperness. Yeah, so I do. I feel sad for any kid that can't get the Santa pictures because that was a huge thing for Christmases. I always love that. We still have them actually hanging or on my mantle right now. Pictures of them with Santa because we get all three of them together. Oh, yep. See, Rebecca, you had your oldest helping with the younger ones. Um, yep. See, okay, good. I'm not the only one that had the younger ones help out. Yes, Mindy, I absolutely buy stuff for everybody else's stocking plus my own stocking. So I know everything that is going into my stocking, with the exception of every now and then my kids or Wayne will sneak something into my stocking that I didn't know about. Um, and so generally, I save my stocking for the last. I have everybody else open up their stockings because, I bought my stocking. So I know what's in my stocking. And I always know if Wayne or one of the kids has snuck something in there because they'll be like, no, you need to open your stocking like right now. Then they've given me the clue that they have switched something out and I have a surprise in my stocking. And then I get that whole little, giddy little kid feeling like, oh my gosh, I got a surprise because I buy it all myself. So yeah. um See, my oldest knew my youngest was getting a Nintendo Switch and she wouldn't be getting much else. She tried to convince me to put her gift money towards her sister so she'd have more under the tree. Oh my gosh. That's so cool. Um, yep, Legos. Oh, Play-Doh. Oh my gosh. How many of y'all had kids that when they got Play-Doh and you have carpet, that they rubbed it all in the carpet? I think the worst one was that one of those Play-Doh toys had come out where you put the Play-Doh in, and when you squeeze something, it came out the hair and all that, and you could cut the hair or cut the Play-Doh as you're cutting hair. Oh my gosh! So my kids got the idea that if that could happen on a doll, that they could take the Play-Doh and put it in the dog's hair and then cut that. Um, Do y'all know how hard it is to get Play-Doh out of dog fur? I'm going to go ahead and tell you it's not easy to get Play-Doh, especially wet Play-Doh, out of dog fur because, see, they couldn't get it out. And so then they decided they were going to try to wash it out. And yeah, oh my gosh. I was trying to brush. I had to wait for the Play-Doh to kind of dry, and then I had to brush it out of the fur. Oh my gosh. It was so not funny. Slime gifts. Now, I've been fairly okay with the slime because, I've actually brought them the slime that I have made in class with the students. So we've always been pretty okay with the slime. They never kind of went crazy with that. Now, I could not give my kids when they were younger. Actually, I never gave it to them, but I had to stop keeping whiteout, whiteout in my house because they decided that they didn't like what was on the TV one day and it looked like paint. So they whited out things on the TV, things on their dresser. Oh yeah, it was a whiteout kind of day. I was just like I didn't even know what to say. I just kind of stared at everything like. So that's when I learned I don't keep white out at the house when they were younger. Hey, Purple Rain, how are you doing? Glad to see you here. So one of the first pleasure my mom loved to get noisy lawnmowers. Are you talking about those little ones with the little balls in it that when you push it, it goes Marilyn? Because oh my God, I remember having one of those and my mother hated it because my grandmother gave it to me. And I went all over the house at all time of the night to run that little and my mom got so tired of that little popcorn noise. Rebecca, you was a mean mom and hid it. So my mom tried to hide it, and then my uncle and my grandmother would come over and go, oh, here it is, or let me get you another one. Well, Mindy, they didn't eat the regular Play-Doh, but you know, when they were in school, they used to learn how to make Play-Doh, right? With the salt and stuff. And that's the ones that they would eat. At least they didn't eat the glue. I'm really happy they never ate glue, because other kids have eaten glue. Yes, I felt for our poor little puppy. Um, I like kinetic sand, but I've never wondered. I've never actually given it to them when they were younger. I don't think, unless the kinetic sand was the same stuff called the magic sand, but it wasn't colored. It was where, and it had a whole little place in it. My mom gave Chris some of that one year, and I told my mom that if she wanted to give Chris a present like that, then that present needed to stay at her house, and then Chris could play with that present at her house and not my house. So she took it back, thank goodness. Yeah, you're just you're not expecting, right? There's some things that I never would have expected. There's so many instances that have happened when they were growing up that they have left me speechless. And I have done the same thing in class. My students will tell me that I have this really weird look on my face because there's times that they will do something and I'm so flabbergasted that they did it and why they did it that I just kind of look at them. And that was kind of how I was looking that day when I looked around the room and saw all the whiteout. And here's the weirdest part. They were so proud of themselves, right? They got the whiteout on themselves, and they also whited out their, I don't even, and I'd like to know how they got this much whiteout out of a bottle. I really would, because they managed to get whiteout. They were so proud. They whited out their brother's hair. They said that they were making him even more blonde. And they were so proud of themselves. They were not ashamed in the least. And I was surprised that they were not ashamed. Let's see. Dawn says, first grandchild was born in November. You did the cackle and looked at your daughter and son-in-law and said to my hubby, look for all the toys that make the most noise. Yeah, I think that I have said to my kids, just wait. Just wait. Even though it's not the kids' fault, right? But I looked at my kids and went, when I have grandkids, I am going to find the smelliest, messiest, loudest toys. And, you know, my kids were like, why would you do that? I'm like, because I had to suffer with it. I think it's one of those that it's not necessarily to punish the kids. It's just we finally want a chance to get to do it too and then release them back to the parents because then we don't have to do it. Oh, Gail, your dad was the same way, no matter how we disguised it. Oh, well, Robert, thank you for stopping in. I'm so glad that you came in. You go have a good dinner. Sue, I'm telling you, I had a Furby that those Furbies, no, I have thrown Furbies out in the yard. I had a Furby that decided that it didn't have any batteries or anything, and it talked and it got chucked. It got chucked outside in the yard because there was nobody around. Nobody touched it. Nobody made its little thing. I don't even know how with no batteries that it could still chirp. It went out. Oh my gosh. Okay. I am over time. I am so sorry. Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate everybody being here. I just talked my heads off. So thank you guys so much. And I will talk to you later. Bye guys.